How y'all doing today? It's kind of breezy, so I brought the camera closer in. I made a good long video a few minutes ago, and I saw it was in two-part segments, and I didn't like it, so I deleted it. So I'm making a new one. I do that a lot with my videos. I'll get to a certain point, I don't like it, I delete it, make a new one. Because I don't edit, so therefore, since I don't edit, delete. Now, this past weekend, great weekend. Me and Adam went down to Hodgenville to see if I could get some boxes to replace one of the ones that got busted here lately. The plant shut down, so there was no boxes to get. They did have two crate boxes, which I'll turn the camera. You can see right there's one, and then right there is one. The one right there is the ones I use for my goat houses. I cut part of the box open and made like a dog house for them. Now this one right here is on a side, and it's made of really good wood. It's a good hardwood. Well, not hardwood, it's like pine or something like that, but it's thick boards. It's really good. I don't want to tear that box up if I don't have to, because it's made really good. Now these long boxes you see across here, one of my boxes is shot, and that's one of the boxes I was wanting to replace. Now a friend of mine that lives on the south side of the county has a few of them, more than 6, at least he did last time I was there. Now if he still has them and they're not rotted down and everything else, I'm gonna contact him here a little bit on Messenger and say, hey man, can you let me get a couple of them boxes. And if he says yeah, you can come and get them, then I'm gonna replace my box out here in the bed that's busted. I'm gonna put another box over here in the front of the house, and I'm gonna put some blueberries and stuff in that box, and hopefully I can get if I can't get but two or three boxes, I might not stick a box with blueberries here. I might stick, like my mint and stuff like that in that box over here in the front, and just do it that way. Now I do know this week I'm gonna call my stepdad and say, hey, can you run me to Lowe's so I can pick up the wood to finish my steps and work on my porch in the front. And then amongst the process of that, of getting the lumber, I'm going to see about getting the guttering to go across the front of the house. And so that way, before I get my boxes picked up from Troy's, if he has them, I can have, at least the gutter started putting on, and that way when I do put a box out here in the front of the house, if I do, all the rain from the top, doesn't come over and just saturate my plant box with, tar-based water from the shingles on the roof. So once I get my steps put on and my secondary part of my deck put in, then I guess I'm gonna call my stepdad again and say, hey, I need to bug you one more time. I need to go and get the lumber for the back porch, because I had measured my back porch to be 20 foot long. Now what I thought about doing is taking it an additional maybe 8 to 10 feet out longer. And if I can do that, therefore I can make it to where it comes out my 2 back windows where my dining room is in the house, or trailer, however you want to call it. I can take the porch out to cover them 2 windows, which yes, it would enclose the windows, but at the same time I could have those covered, and I can somewhat get rid of the windows and the part of the piece there and put another door right there, and make besides the back door, I can have right there where the table is, and say like if later down the road I needed something that I can't put out the front door, that's kind of not very hazard for them, but something that's more awkward to move. If I can tear out the windows and put a door there, like a big old sliding door or something, or a big ass swing door, then I can use that to come up from the side of the porch, come up the whole thing, come down, and come in that way. Now It might not happen. It might not. It might not happen. I don't know yet. I just have to wait and see. I know the back porch, when I tear it off and get the lumber to put back onto it and everything else, I do know it's going to cost me some money. I know a few builders, like guys that build really good. My neighbor over here named Brandon, he works on stuff. He does really good work. The guy that just moved in across the road from me, he's a carpenter by trade. I'm gonna see if I can, maybe utilize him and Brandon, or both of them at different times. I know a friend of mine named Adam. He's my plumber guy. He can build stuff too. He's really good with handyman kind of things. I can get him when he's not busy. There's another friend of mine named Craig. He lives down the road from me a little ways. Me and him's the one that put the addition part of my my small porch. We're the ones that put the boards up and made the roof on my old one out here that's falling apart now, because we took a few shortcuts when we was putting the roof on and stuff. And of course, when you got alcohol involved and you're taking shortcuts, bad things happen. And it was more my fault than it was anybody else's, because I'm the one that was doing it too. So it's life. It goes on. Now there's a lot of things I had planned on, like as of right now, things to be taken care of, be done, everything that hasn't been taken care of, it's not been done. Of course, with all this coronavirus crap people keep talking about, everybody's scared to do things and go out in the general public and everything else. It makes it really hard for me to get done what I need done, because it requires to go out in general public. So that's why I'm kind of back-barreled on a lot of my projects I had planned on being done by now, and getting things done and everything else. It's one day at a time. I don't mind. My feet hit the floor every morning. I'm thankful of it. God let me live another day. So it is what it is. You just make the best of it. Yeah, that's about it really. So now, the only frivolous thing I've done here lately is I went out and bought a bar of silver. It's a 10-ounce bar of silver. I overpaid a little bit over spot, but it's okay, because I know when a lot of this crap opens up and the open trade market comes open again, a lot of your recession stuff is going to take place. And after what happened in 2008, because when I was buying all the silver up in early, when it was like cheap as hell, and then 2008 came around, 2009, 2010, everything started blowing up. I'm not going to say it's going to happen 100%. I'm 50 to 75% positive that's what's going to take place. So my $200 bar of silver that I paid for, I am going to get a profit off of. And if I don't get a profit off of it, I'll trade it for work, or I'll trade it for barter. Either way, it'll save me the money for down the road doing something, or I'll trade it, or I'll sell it, one of the two. So that's about the only frivolous thing I've really done in the past couple weeks. Now, the other frivolous thing I done a couple months ago was buying up a lot of the sterling silver, flatware, stuff like that. But what I do with that, I wait till spring, summertime, and I smelt that down when it's nice and warm and everything else, and I don't worry about a certain pour molds exploding because it's too cold, whatever. So I'll smelt that in the spring and summer. I'll make my specialty bars with it, and I'll hold on to them for maybe a few days to a week or so. I'll get some pictures of them, and I'll put them on Facebook to begin with. And if they don't sell on Facebook, I put them on eBay. And if they don't sell on eBay or Facebook, which I know they'll sell on eBay, but I don't like going to eBay because, you know, as soon as you sell it, you got to pay eBay the fee for selling it. Then you got to pay them again down the road after everything's said and done, and then PayPal takes a cut. So, you know, you got to price it to like a crazy ass price just to make anything off of it. And then when you do make something off of it, everybody has their hands out. They're like, we want some money. So eBay is like my very last resort of selling anything online. Facebook is great for selling it. Marketplace on Facebook is great for selling it. Craigslist is great. Of course, Craigslist is kind of iffy because you get a lot of people that are, you know, if you do go meet somebody for selling a bar of silver, or if they come to your house, you know, you always got to make sure you got a gun on you, because, you know, people are just thieves anymore, and they don't want to, you know, do the upholding right thing to do. So you always got to make sure you got a gun with you, especially when you deal with Craigslist. Facebook isn't much better, but, you know, at least around here, most of it's local. And if it, you know, if I do have to ship something, you know, out of state, no big deal. I've done it before. But yeah, eBay, stay away from it. Unless you're buying on eBay, it's fine. But if you sell on eBay, you know, be prepared to get bent over without getting kissed on the neck and not having any lube, because they will shaft you in a heartbeat. And that's why I don't sell them there anymore. But yeah, just, you know, between buying the sterling silver flatware a few months ago and buying this 200 bar of silver, that's like my two biggest frivolous things. Now, I did buy a bunch of candle wax, a bunch of big ass quantities of soy candle wax, and I've made a bunch of candles. I've given a bunch of them away. You know, that's fine. It's no big deal to me, because I still have enough soy wax and paraffin wax to melt the two together. I got enough candles for me and my wife to burn the rest of the year with no questions asked, because we love candles in wintertime, and because, you know, it's warmth. You know, heats up the room, it smells good, and, you know, you can turn the lights off and just have candles going, and, you know, there you go. Some of the candles I have given away, you know, to people I know. I do have a bunch of candles left that are made that I will be selling here soon online. Most of them are citronella, and I'll say probably about early to mid-May, I'll start taking pictures of them. You know, like a single to a 2 or 3 pack, you know, type deal, and just selling them for what they are. Now, my extract I make, I've given I sent a big old box to California to a friend of mine out there. I gave some to my second cousin's wife. I've given, most of it is like really close friends and family. Now, I did take some up to this place up in Radcliffe that did my work on my blazer, and I gave them a bunch of candles, and I gave them some, hot sauce and all kinds of other things. And the reason why is that they cut me a huge deal and saved me a bunch of money. So I took my stuff up there and I gave it to them. I said, here, just, it's like a gift type thing. I made each ladies inside the store, I made them each a personal candle, like the fragrance they wanted. So, they were tickled pink that it was a done deal. Now, I do have a great big ass jar of hot sauce that I can put in bottles and have everything done, here soon. The hot sauce isn't so much a sellable thing, it's like a personal gift thing. The extract, once I get because I have 3 great big containers of vanilla curing right now. I have 3 great big things of citrus extract. Those will be sold once I get those once it's cured and I got put in the bottle. Those will be sold. I've given away enough of that right now. When I do sell it, I've calculated what I spent on the product, what I spent on the alcohol, what I spent on the bottles, what I spent on the labeling tags, and I'm looking at roughly $4.50 to maybe $5 a bottle. And but it's like I told a couple of people already you can take the extract that I'm making and you can cook with it, or you can drink it, one of the two. It's just flavored alcohol. That will, it'll do, the alcohol is 10 times distilled vodka. It's 80 proof, and you can drink it and get your buzz and have a good flavor taste to it, or you can use it in your stuff when you're cooking and make it even taste even better. I make extract because my wife does a lot of baking in the late part of the fall and the winter. She makes a lot of fudge and peanut butter, like peanut butter and chocolate balls, stuff like that. And instead of her having to go out and spend $8 to $12 for a small ass bottle of extract, I can make it for pennies on the dollar, and we have enough to where we can make all kinds of junk food all winter long, no questions asked. And that's why I do it. Now, I did start one thing. It's in a small bottle. Well, about like this, turned sideways. It's a flip cap, and I have hot peppers soaking in vodka, and it has changed the color of the vodka to like a really dark amber color. Now, for shits and giggles, I took some red food coloring and I put like 3 drops of red food coloring in that bottle and kind of shook it up a little bit. So I got my red serrano peppers in this crock of vodka that's colored red, and when you take the tap off, you smell it, it'll burn your nose, and you smell a teeny bit of alcohol, but you smell the pepper, and it's like. And the reason why I did this is because somewhere, I can't remember if it was Spain or in Greece, that they take their alcohol sometimes and they stick hot peppers in it, and they have it for like a specialty drink. It's more of a it's not like something you go out and you buy it. They just do it like a custom type thing, and so I figured, well, I'll give it a try. And of course, you take your finger and you dab it and you taste it, and it's like you're like, whoa. So what my kick's gonna be is when I have my friends that are pretty good sized drinkers. I'm gonna pour small, like a quarter, a half shot in a little shot glass. Here, try this. Yeah, they're gonna burn their mouth up, burn their guts out, shit and fire the next 2 days. So, but yeah, that's like my practical joke thing of extract. I am going to be making a coffee extract here soon because I know friends of mine that like alcohol in their coffee, and that'll be something new for them. And then on top of it too, you can use it for cooking as well. Excuse me, I got indigestion. But I've talked enough here, so I'm going to cut this video off. There's other things I want to talk about, but I'll just keep rambling on, and everything will be just jumbled and mixed about and everything else. So I'm gonna cut this off, and yeah, I'll get back with y'all here shortly and soon. You hear them gunshots in the distance? I don't know if you can hear them or not. I know I can hear them really good. Somebody's out there shooting shit out of something. Wish I was. I got 10,000 rounds of 22 in the house. I haven't shot nothing hardly. But anyway, I'm done. Have a great night. Have a great day. I'll catch you again sometime this week. And I'll keep you informed on my daily project routines, and hopefully this weekend you'll see some of the stuff that I have planned to do or have in the process of doing. So but yeah, I'm quit talking. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you again soon.